Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's try to get back to the terrain slowly. It's probably taking a couple of attempts, probably. But yeah, let's slowly ease in back into the terrain. We have a bunch of things that we need to address, probably, for the terrain to work with the physics. And one issue that I would want to fix along the way is as well that it doesn't run on a 3060 correctly currently, the Nvidia card that is. Let's hope we can fix like that as well. Along the way. But first let's see if we actually have a working terrain. Because that's not necessarily true. But let's see. Probably I do terrain settings. And then shouldn't there be a default one? Well, okay. Well, I guess that didn't work. I still need to see if we can get rid of that. Try create component. Terrain settings. What? Asset handle destructor. And that's a problem because... Oh shh. It's not what I wanted to do. I'll give it another try. I did some improvements on it off stream. Because I noticed that there were a couple of things in VS Code that I could probably solve with better keybinds. But yeah, let's see. I will give NeoVim one more chance because I improved it a little bit with the parts that annoyed me. And I like still compared to VS Code how much space I get for the code. But yeah, let's see. And it just doesn't get in my way with weird random panels all the time. But yeah, still trying to figure out which one I prefer, to be honest. Still not sure. But what I improved it is my new fuzzy finder. That is one thing. It feels way more responsive than the telescope one. And I installed the CMake tools, which is very similar to the VS Code CMake stuff. So I now have here things like where is it? Select build preset, for example, and then I can switch here the build preset, which is kind of nice. And then it runs it, and hitting F5 as well compiles it and builds CMake. So it's all nicer linked together. Can only recommend it. It was a little bit cumbersome to set up, but yeah. Sorry. I had to, well, didn't have to answer what I wanted to answer. Yeah. One more second. Need to write my fiance. let's see if... oh yeah, okay. All right. That should be good enough. So why did that crash? I can share it, yeah, don't worry. It's by no means a clean one, but I can share it, yeah. I will write that down, and then I don't forget. Give me a sec. Good old school paper. Okay. Should not be able to forget that now. What did I want to do? Yeah, I don't know why that would fail. So asset handle, but I don't even have a destructor here. No, I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if I stay with it, but yeah. Why? Okay, let's try that again. I have no idea why it even crashed to begin with. And then I mistyped one of the shitty hotkeys and it closed. I'm curious. Because I didn't have it set to anything, so why would it? That's very bizarre. I have new ones as well. I think they are a little bit better, but I don't know. Maybe yours are even better. I don't know. So if I set that to 4, it suddenly crashes, and I have no idea why. So it crashes in terrain settings destructor. I mean, don't be, they helped me quite a lot. Not gonna lie. Okay, and then we go into the asset handle, and then we want to destruct the asset ID. And that is a... Wait a second, asset ID. What about even then? Wait, why is that even a thing? Why are we even destructing one? Oh, wait, maybe. Oh, that's not good, yeah. Why that sucks. Can I maybe That would be okay. How do I fix that? It's the string and I do a mem copy and that doesn't really work very well with a string. It's funny that it never died before. Probably could type that. That could work. So I guess, yeah, in here. But I'm not quite sure why that even happens. I guess, no, actually, I guess it makes sense that it happens. I think for now, what we could do, just to unblock, is just remove the path for now. And that would help. But I'm not sure if it's even used, where, yeah, if we use it more. Let's see. But write that down as well. Probably it results in me needing to make a templated version of the modify component to support that properly. Did we actually build correctly? I don't think so. Or let's see, we did. Yeah, I don't think we did. Shader get path. I think that's just for the... Can I not jump there somehow? Oh, I can. Yeah, let's comment that and add an empty string for now. Interesting that never... I mean, the history is kind of new, but I thought I had tested that already with asset handles, but maybe I didn't. But yeah, whatever, I guess. Alright, so I think that, well, that definitely built correctly, so we can start. And my assumption is that now it works because we don't have the asset handle there. Which is bizarre, because for the rendering, for the material, it worked here, which is kind of weird. 96. But why is that not doing anything? Volume, terrain, system probably. Okay. Do I not have a valid default shader? Maybe I don't. Maybe it actually goes in here all the time. Okay, maybe not. Okay. What are my hotkeys? No, not that. It's not what I wanted. Jesus. Oh wait, is it that I have? That's stupid. Maybe we need to do it with the UI. Is that the step over? I think it is. Oh, that's pain, okay. But I guess we could set a breakpoint here, right? Why did that restart? Very unfortunate. Is it maybe that I'm not pushing the terrain? I don't know. Okay, now it loads the shaders. Do we have... Okay, where? In that case, let me do one more thing. Where is the rendering of it? Terrain rendering? Is it not terrain rendering? Ah, here. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you my presets, right? Or CMake presets. So the Linux ones are... I'm not sure if it's the best. I think there is one more thing that I would want to change. But basically I did two setups, or like presets that just define the compiler, and then two that extend on top of that. Well, and then two that define the X11 or Wayland, and then I combine them into like Clang X11 or Clang Wayland, or GCC X11 and GCC Wayland. And then the build presets are just that with the either debug or release. Preferably, I think I would want to have only debug and release once here, and make the configure preset somehow define if it's Clang or X11, but I think you need the configure preset in a build preset, so I need to duplicate them. At least I don't think there is a way to just to debug and release and take whatever the configure preset was before. But that I'm not sure. So it results in set. So the configure preset, right, is like this. So basically you say which compiler and which display version you want, or like display driver you want, or I don't know what to call it. Like, yeah, X11 or Wayland. So let's more. And then the CMake build set build preset is unfortunately still showing. Like if I selected Clang and Wayland, I would only want to see those two. But yeah, it still shows the others as well. So yeah, still need to think about that. Would be nice if that doesn't exist. Let's put a breakpoint here. I'm curious if that is actually it. Yeah. So this one, and then volume, terrain settings. And then let's continue. Okay, I need to disable that. That's like so annoying. Holy. So do we have mesh vertices? Well, we don't really see that here, right? But root size is 0, chunk size is 0. That looks kinda sus. That looks like it doesn't work. Yeah, I think I need to do that. Which is probably something in the CMake stuff that I need to do. No, I did not, unfortunately. But to be honest, I didn't invest too much time into that anymore. It would still be nice, but I think it would be, or it is possible, but I didn't bother how to call the rep. I think it's called REPL or whatever, REPL. And I think with that you could probably set the breakpoint. But yeah. Oops. This one. Volume. Or actually, sorry, this one. Oh well, I wanted to do as well SF. Find config tab. I think I want to remove the wherever we do that crap. Where is my hyper? Yeah. So this one probably fine. That one probably not fine. I think I would want to do this instead still. Or do I need to do anything else? Yeah, actually, that might already be good. Okay, but where is my terrain? Don't I do a terrain setup here? In like the factory or whatever? Because I mean, is that even used? Gosh. It's probably size, right? Narrowing conversion. That's a float or what? Oh yeah, it is. Interesting. Oh no. Is there not references? Okay, it really is not used at all. Fascinating. I'm not sure if that makes a difference, but it definitely should happen. I might not like that actually. And one thing as well is that it shouldn't start if we failed to build, I think. Ah. Why would you not format that? Is there no Clang format on save? Or maybe I need to enable that or something like that. Because there should be a Clang format here. Alright, so that's probably something on the list for NeoVim as well. Set up Clang format. $4,000. Okay. Find recent. Okay, so I guess we don't have mesh vertices or what? I guess we don't. Volume terrain. Yeah, that looks invalid. Okay, yeah, that is invalid. But our root size and chunk size are correct. Okay, so let's see, where do we use that? Not here. Probably here. So most likely we are not going here for some reason. Why? Do I even... I might not have that here, right? Hmm. Is that not? Where's my temp folder here? Why is that hidden? Okay. Interesting. Is that even the one from now? Well, I guess... I think I need to quit all here. Not sure how to navigate that, to be honest, so let's quit all. Not good enough at Vim yet for that. So I guess we never enter here. It's my current assumption. Again, this is code. It's crazy how you change stuff in the engine and then stuff breaks because you're not using it. And we did a bunch of big refactors right along the way again since the last time we used the terrain. Okay, so it definitely doesn't trigger. So let's see, generation component. Why? Okay, that's weird. That one is valid, that one is valid. All of them are valid. It has loaded shaders is false. Why? So we go down here. Oh. Why did I do that? Wow. Why would I have set that to false? I pressed the wrong button. Okay, so we create the buffers now. That's good. So I guess if I add a material now, do we see it? Oh god. Okay. And then we have an arrow here. Probably because the shader nodes are wrong, right? Yeah, probably. Is there a good way to fix that? Default material. Materials, default material. This one, yeah. And then we do a V-split. And open here. Or whatever we need, right? So here we need create vector. Where is that? Vector nodes, probably. Or actually, create vector (32). Create vector 332. Yeah. Okay. See, I think actually what we will do is close that split again, because I added a nice VS Code example. I can add that in NeoVim as well, but I don't have it yet, so let's do it here. I need to actually open the correct project, go to our vector nodes, wherever they are. I don't think it's this one, right? Is it? It might actually be. Okay, yeah. Then what I can do is I can select those. And I think I can do that and hash, yes. And then copy that. View that, paste that here, and profit. Then we change this to graphics. It's a pain that it says shader graph here. I think we will... Maybe I even adjust that now. Because I think... Isn't that... Yeah, I think I would want to have them named different. And might as well rename them now. I think I would want to only do it in this file. Can I? Well, I can probably do that by just searching in that file, never mind. Is it F2? No. Yeah, that one. That shader graph, that. And I want to replace it with shader graph nodes. I think. To be honest. Yeah. Okay, now we can do that here. shader graph nodes, and we need to copy it again. So basically wherever we had this grade one, yeah. We again take the hash, put it here, and then do we have another create vector? No, it's only one. Okay. Type ID. So that one is, I'm not sure if that's a problem or not. Let's see. I'm not too sure about that. Type ID vector 3 might be as well a problem. PBR material shader out. Luckily that one is like super small, right? PBR material, PBR, where is that? Do I have a find symbol here as well? Yeah. Okay. Fragment shader out. Of course it is. Of course it is. And it is already in fragment, like in the correct namespace, right? Shader graph nodes. So I think that might be good enough. Let's see, where do we do the type ID stuff? Because that might be a problem for the float one. For this one. Probably register node. Register. Here. That one. Oh, okay, I actually already did that. So I guess float 32, right? At least we had that here, yeah. So what is that hash? Is it a... Probably it's a hash 32, I would have to guess. Yank that. Do we have another? Yeah, here. Okay, those are vectors. Float 32. Okay. Maybe. I think we can quit that now. And hope that works. Okay, maybe not. Deserializer failed in node registry. Those input scalar types, what would they be in that node? It's a hard-coded value because it gets written into the shader itself. If it's a dynamic value, I don't support that yet, to be honest. I don't support dynamic values via shader graphs yet. It's something on the list, but so far I didn't need that. But this really builds, so if you go, I can show you. So default material, it creates this shader, right? And then you will see here that albedo and normal and roughness and metalness, they are written into the shader as is. The albedo is well, this shader is anyways a little bit special, I think, because it's a little bit handcrafted. It's not a real material that you can build yourself, because you cannot do this method yet, because I don't have all the... Well, you could do it probably, but it would be in the main function, it wouldn't be its own function, so it is a little bit hacked, this material. It's not a real material that you can build in node graph. At least I think it is. I don't actually remember anymore. But the thing is, why did it... Well, we didn't see why it crashed, right? Something with the... Well, actually, was it the volume? No, it was the... We're trying to create one with the type ID. Okay, so that is wrong. Shader graph nodes. Unfortunate. What is our... Shouldn't I have my beautiful value here? Maybe not. Ah, here. Nodes. Oh, that will be a pain. Because it doesn't really show very nice. Wait, are all the string IDs empty here or what? That's bizarre. That's not how it should be. That's interesting by itself. But I guess I get the ID 3371 something. Let's get back to that. Did I not save that? Maybe I didn't save that. I didn't save the nodes or what? Man. Stupid me. I already wondered why the rebuild so fast. That's as well something on my list. I want to see if I can investigate a little bit the build times. For my taste, they're a little bit long already. Probably something with my headers that I could improve. I think it should compile faster than it does. Like a full rebuild, I mean. So we might do a stream of that as well in the future. As well as probably with, like, once I finish the terrain again now with the physics, I think 0.6 I would want to get rid of all the validation errors. Once and for all. And not keep ignoring them. Okay. Which one are we now? It's still that one. Onyx graphics, shader graph nodes, create vector 3 F32. And the type ID, so that I'm not stupid. No, it is a 32-bit type ID. That is the wrong one. That one is the correct one. I mean, that looks fine. Did I do something stupid with my hash or what? Create vector 3 F32. Did I not save it by... No, otherwise it would not have read the correct thing, right? That looks fine. Let's see what we get when we... Where would that be? No, it doesn't open, man. That's as well something that I need to fix. Wait. How did I manage that? Graphics. Gen. Oh, a graphics module, I think. it's this, yeah. Probably. See, that's the confusing part, because now suddenly I have like this, which I'm confused by. Oh, we are not registering them. Is that the code that is executed? Because if it is, then we have a problem, because there's a bunch of nodes missing. That would explain why it doesn't work. And then it's a code gen thing. If they are missing. Probably again something that I broke with moving them to Clang format, and then somehow the parser broke, I assume. But yeah, then I think that's the only thing that's wrong. Yeah. Probably. Where is it? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so it hits that, but it doesn't generate the correct amount of nodes. Alright, so then in that case, let's go here, open another VS Code with the code gen. Let's see which one we are launching. Graphics, perfect. And then probably I will need a different thing, but so I guess that should be fine. Otherwise it wouldn't work, right? But I assume that when we parse it, that we're not parsing it correctly. If file path contains vector node dot rush build workspace. Swizzle vector. I mean, all of them are missing, right? It doesn't. Maybe it doesn't expand this correctly. Although I thought I would have. I thought I fixed that, right? Maybe I did. So I guess let's get rid of that. And go to type database. create vector 3f32. I really hate that I have to do that. Already complained about that yesterday, the entire evening. And we continue with that trend. It's funny how changing the format of your code can break some assumptions that you had in your code generator. Okay. Let's see. Base classes. We inherit probably from 1 exactly. That is interesting, but okay. Fixed pin node 3 in 1 out. Yeah, pretty much. And now we have that. But why is it... Okay. That's fair, we get that. The bigger question is why? Template base type. That is weird. Why is it node here? That looks wrong. Did I not? Hold on, what? Did I not have... In CPP parser, let's bring that back. I'm confused. Vector nodes. Yeah. And we have an out type here. Where is my create? Oh, here, create vector 2. I mean, it's probably the same, right? That looks fine. Although that's a bit sus. Oh no, that's fine. That's the thing. Yeah, all good. That's the type ID. Okay, well, I think we might look a long time here for... Okay, well, then probably be fine. Create vector 3, perfect. Here, create vector 3 F32. And it has shader graph node as the start of the alias, and then we inherit from nothing. How come we inherit from nothing here? My create vector 2 inherit from nothing as well. But for example, my swivel. Oh, but maybe it's because it's an alias that we don't inherit. Might be that, right? So it might be fine. Okay, well then maybe the alias resolving fails. That's here, right? So I guess the alias name is what is it? Create vector 3. That's probably an issue here. I think this is the issue here. Removing, we think we need to remove the empty lines in between. We might be able to do that actually. Well, let's see. Here. Is that where we would want to do it? Maybe not, I'm not sure. Type database. I think I would want to have it here actually. Can I do a remove or something like that? Or a select? Okay, maybe not. I guess I could do a select here. Either a select or select many, I'm not sure. Oh, well, is it a select? Maybe not. Is null or white space, I guess. Hmm. That would have been nice if that works, but I guess it doesn't. Remove or white space, while C sharp. Please not. Please not with the regex, is that really it? Ah, string where to array. I guess we could try that. Is it a char or what? Ah, char is white space, okay. Probably 2 string. Ah, no, here. 2 string. Maybe. Ah, it's uppercase char, okay. Of course it is. Nah, that's fine, right? Well, actually, I would want to save it that, and then we do type.alias type is type.alias type. And I would want to see the change happening for now to see if it does what I want it to do. So that's that, right? And then shouldn't that have converted it to a string? Maybe. I don't know. Let's see if that works. Questions over questions. There might be a better way to do that. I mean, it works. Let's see if that now fixes the issue. Oh my god, we have... Well... Did we fix it is the question. That is still bizarre why that specialized template parameter is what it is. Oh, that's a node graph. In that case, I think it's fine. But, shouldn't it hit 2 times? Okay, it hit 2 times now. And that one should hopefully... Yeah. It's the graphics one, perfect. That one should have a different specialized template here. Okay, yeah, that has... Okay, and then why does the inheritance chain fail here? Okay. Is derived from template parameter, okay. Now we try to do that with the namespace of the type, which is this. And that template base does find something. So I guess... Okay, that looks fine. Honestly, that looks perfectly fine. So then... Okay. Maybe that is already decent. Maybe that already fixes the issue. I might just need to be doing a reconfigure. Oops. To build the solution again. I still need to set up maybe NeoVim for C#, because then that would be nicer as well. Because then we can do that all in NeoVim. Oh my god, they're back. They are back. What? You stupid. And I need to fix that as well, that if I have build errors, it doesn't actually run. Because that's stupid. It should just show me that it failed. What is your problem? Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That doesn't resolve, or what? That's a problem for my... Interesting. Good question is even, does the terrain run with this driver on... Maybe we have issues here as well, similar to what we had with NVIDIA. Maybe the driver on Linux has as well issues with the terrain, how we do it. Guess we will find out. It's there, and we don't have any big issues how we do it, and like, or like not as big issues as we have with the Nvidia card. Okay, decent. With my beautiful default terrain, default material, which looks ugly in the distance because of, is it Moyer pattern? I don't know what the name is for it, but yeah, looking sideways. It looks horrible because we don't have any MIPS, but I don't really care for now. But actually this doesn't even use a texture, we are just tiling it nicely in the distance. Alright, where is, besides that, I mean that would already be good enough for doing the physics. But one thing I noticed is, where is my terrain panel? Scene editor. Okay. Is it on render? Don't think I need that, whatever that was. What was that? Or whatever, I don't think we need that. But I guess I removed the terrain panel here, or what? Did I do that? Am I blind? Where would... Or maybe I don't register it? Okay, yeah, I don't really do that. So I guess... we could do that. Although probably we don't do that yet. I'm not sure. Terrain panel? Yeah, it doesn't have any particular thing. Just set the scene view panel ID. Still need to get used to that. What would that be? Is it my M scene view? Is it that? Okay, maybe not. Ah, it's probably the UR, the IMGUI ID, right? Which I guess I can't get. Because I assume... I assume that would be wrong to do it here. I think that's not correct, probably. Don't think that's correct. I'm not logged in on Fresh Instar. Okay. Not sure what do you mean with that, but happy you have a Fresh Instar. Okay, I guess it doesn't work, right? Because we don't see the terrain panel. So I assume... What is that marker here? I'm technically viewporting, I see. Why is that on open, not card? What? So, well, how do we do that? That, step into, no. Jesus. That's not what I wanted. Open window. If we don't have... Oh, we didn't register it. Is that it? But I thought that we would register it. No, we should be registering it, yeah. Nice. Thank you for viewboarding. Or, not really. Please don't ban me. Oh, that's the entities panel. Again, I did it again. I did it again. Okay. Yeah. And then it doesn't enter into that. What? Terrain panel. That should... Famous last words, that should work. What? Yeah. How did I do that again? How did I manage to break that again? Jesus. Debugging not my strength yet in this beautiful NeoVim. Alright, I would want to please step into. I think that's a step into. No, never mind, that was a... Do I not have a button for step into here? Where? Oh, what is terrain panel here? Shouldn't I have it here already? New window. Window type ID. Why is that scene editor? What? What do you mean, what's wrong with it? Please elaborate, what do you mean? What's wrong with it? Take a look at GitHub. Should I see something on GitHub? Ah, you mean on the file itself, okay. Claim. Oh, dev branch, sorry. Yeah, that's weird. True. What happened there? I don't have it here, or what? Blank tidy? It's a weird hidden file and then it doesn't want to do it, or what? Oh yeah, this... When did that happen? I never did that on purpose. How did that break? Okay. I might be... Well, I will do that later off stream, but yeah, that's wrong. I don't know what happened there. Weird. Thank you. But I swear I don't know what happens here. Let me quickly try to debug that here. Just maybe I'm a little bit better in understanding what happens here, as I still don't fully grasp the controls of this beautiful NeoVim debug thing. My hands are just too stupid to do it. Maybe it was some auto format weirdness, yeah. I don't know. Eh? We had an... Yeah, I need to fix that. It's so annoying. So where is the actual error? Terrain tool? What? Okay, I see. Okay, I see. We probably then need a terrain panel here. And a terrain panel here. Go here. Yeah, I need to remove that commented code. I don't think I need it anymore. That was like for the ImGUI debug rendering. I think that should fix it. I think it's fine like that. At least I think that should do it. That usually gets rid of the unique pointer, yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah, okay, then it was an issue. That makes sense. Why I couldn't debug it and was like completely weird, because it didn't build it. And yeah, currently my NeoVim still starts the old build when the compilation failed. That's something I need to look at. Yeah, that's what I thought. Wait, why? Is that a problem? I don't think that should be a problem actually. I think we will remove this. I think if my current scene is not there, then we just return. Oops. I think that's how I would want it. Where is my terrain panel? Still not here, but probably because the ID is wrong, I would assume. Oh wait, I'm not even using that. Oh, I'm not setting the current scene. But can't I wait? Entities panel. Yeah, this one, right? Where would I put that? Game core probably. Okay, editor, never mind. So probably somewhere here. Yeah, it's a UI render. It's the ImGUI render. Maybe I renamed that function actually. It's the window render of the ImGUI window. If parent I guess maybe it's loading. I mean, I guess I could as well do get seen. What does the return? Ah, okay. I mean, kinda. That probably is loading. Then we return. And otherwise, current scene is parent get scene. Okay. We could change that. We will change that. That it's not a pointer anymore because we don't need to set that actually from outside anymore, which is nice as well. Ah, there it is. Beautiful. So, and I think in theory that should work, that we still added it, hopefully. But let's see. Okay, maybe not. Alright, well, I think I will debug that tomorrow. Actually, not well, later tomorrow. Tomorrow I will visit my fiance, who is currently not at home for a couple of days, probably, or week. Well, let's see. So I will visit her. So we will do a stream in the evening, probably tomorrow. And I will fix now off stream the Clang Tidy thing. Although, let's see, maybe I can still find out why. Why would I think it would go wrong here somewhere. So we render the toolbar. Maybe this is wrong. Okay, that's not wrong. Do we come here? Do we even hit the render? Or maybe that is already... No, that would not make sense because we render the toolbar, right? But we're not hitting any of those breakpoints, which is weird. Ah, the render graph. Oh. Why did I do that? Oh, well, okay, but I mean, that's fine. That's easy to fix. Render graph is M current scene. Get render graph. But probably that's already not a reference anymore, right? Probably this. Yeah. Is it this? Does it have a is valid? Maybe it doesn't even have a is valid. I guess we could have an is initialized, but I guess we can just get rid of that. Because if we have a scene, that should already work. Funny. Actually, that can change as well now with the latest changes that I did to the render graph for adding Can you please continue? Thank you. With how we sync data to the render graph, I think that could improve quite a bit. Oh, I think we crashed. Or, okay, maybe not. Or actually we crashed, never mind. That's weird. Why would the readback buffer fail? Oh, maybe... Wait. How did that ever work? Hold on. How did that... I don't think that's correct. Why would it be staging here? I think that's right. And GP and CPU access is read. I think. At least that makes more sense in my head. I'm not even sure why it would have been staging to begin with. Okay. Still weird. Still wrong. In end frame. Oh, we have too many buffers. Fascinating. I don't even know why. But let's increase. This is a pain. I need to rethink that system. The command buffer manager currently is a pain to say the least, because every time, well, it's mostly because of temporary buffers that I think I need to handle a little bit smarter. Okay. The preview doesn't work, but the rest works again. So we can paint again at least. Not sure why the preview doesn't work. Maybe it's not in the... Maybe it's not in the render graph. That might actually be the case. Preview terrain added. It might not be there. Render graph. Open. Oh. Damn it. Why is that not working? Okay. Probably it was something weird with a refactor. Oh, is it wait. No, that should actually have worked. Probably. Node name. Debug draw task. But the node ID is not there. And then this is garbage. Interesting. Interesting. Not sure where that fails. And why that fails even. Default render graph. Debug draw task. That makes sense, but then why? Debug draw task ID. And that is not the ID or what? Copy. Jesus. Why is everything marked? 102. Oh yeah, that is wrong, but why? Oh no, it's not. Never mind. I have no idea yet what's going on here. Oh, it is different. I'm not quite sure why it's different. But I think fixing that probably does it. I'm not quite sure how that can happen. That's new. But it should probably be a little bit more lenient than in this case. Well, it should probably, I should probably fix it, but yeah. Okay, yeah, it's not there, the debug draw task for the terrain. Okay. And that's another thing that I'm not sure how to solve yet with the render graph. I mean, in this case, maybe it should be in the render graph. I don't know. Or maybe not, maybe it's a separate thing outside of the of the render graph. I'm not sure yet. I think that's something I have to evaluate in the future, how to handle certain effects that might be project specific but kinda part of the engine, right? Like the volume system you can use or not use, and depending on that it would make sense to have the node in the render graph or not, but yeah. I'm not sure. Future me will look at that. Maybe after the physics, yeah, maybe we were squeezing a small refactor of the render graph. Because when we moved it to this node-based system here, there were a couple of shortcuts taken, which I think would make sense to clean up, and then maybe the debug stuff just clicks into place as well. Because maybe it makes a little bit more sense than... Because currently how we forward texture, like render targets between the nodes, is very scuffed. And like this whole setup here as well, very, very hacked together. I think it would benefit from a small iteration slash mini refactor. Alright, but I'm done for today. We got the terrain up and running again, so tomorrow evening we have... well, I have to think about how to structure the terrain for the physics, and it most likely will end up first trying to refactor the graphics part of it, because currently everything is in one vertex buffer, and that's not good, because we shouldn't create one big collision mesh for the entire world. That sounds like a bad idea. So probably I have to fully implement a chunk system that is partly there, but the vertex buffer is not chunked. So we need to do that, because the terrain itself already operates in chunks, but the final vertex buffer is then written to in one go. And that might involve me looking at mesh shaders, but let's see. I will do some research before tomorrow, probably. Hopefully I have time to do that, because my day tomorrow is quite busy. And I probably will do now the clang tidy thing, fix that and submit that, as well as probably fixing a couple of things that annoyed me with the NeoVim setup currently is there. And yeah, I didn't forget about you, WhatsApp, with the NeoVim config. But once I fixed my NeoVim config with the not starting the build when the build failed, when you hit F5, then I can share it. Otherwise, I think it's a bit painful. Alright. Thank you very much. No, it's all good. I need to fix it for myself. Because it annoys me. That makes NeoVim currently a little bit painful, because I never know that it failed building, because it just starts to build and then I run into this problem, I debug and it doesn't do what I expect it to do. Which was very, very painful. Alright. Thank you very much. We will be back tomorrow. I can't say the time yet, but probably probably evening, so probably around 5 or 6. Not sure. Have a nice rest of your evening. Take care and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.